Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to XP Overdrive. I'm Rain, and I'm here with my friends Gray and Baka. We are on episode 9 already. Man, that's something, man.
That is
9
something.
episodes deep. Yeah, 9
Time
episodes deep.
flies when you're having fun.
Right?
That's almost
yeah.
a baby.
It's almost a baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 9 episodes deep. Woo wee. Well, this episode as well, we got a lot of things to talk about, but we are also talking about mobile games as well. So
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, because just while we've been sitting here in this call, because we get into a call for a little bit before we hit record.
yes,
There's some news that we have to talk about. Not pertaining to us. We're not that exciting, but
Fair.
great.
Man.
Do you wanna read off the transcript? If you
Oh
will.
my god. Yeah, let me pull that.
I'm so
Let me pull
sorry.
that
I just,
sweet baby up. No, you're fine. Yeah, my friend T800, who's a delight, and literally just texts me video game news. Tweeted it, texted me the tweet just dropped by Konami that says, "In your restless dreams, do you see that town? The latest updates for the Silent Hill series will be revealed during the Silent Hill transmission on Wednesday, October 19th at 2 p.m. PDT. I am screaming. I probably made these lovely boys' ears bleed because I literally just started screaming like a pterodactyl.
Like that live stream, I'm assuming it's a live stream, will happen before this episode gets out. But just know that while you're watching that, know that we did cry.
yes, yes, yes. I did.
More than likely, we'll be reacting to that. I don't know if we're going to do that in the next podcast episode, or whether we're going to record like a little video cheering or whatever. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
we'll
but
see.
either way,
But-
you'll hear our opinions of that.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, because
Yes, yes, yes.
we've been talking about this a lot, probably probably about every podcast episode we've done since they've been, bringing out news after news article of leak this, leak that. This has happened here. This is, like I said, I think it was the last episode. This is probably the most Silent Hill news we've had this year since the end of PT and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
Hey,
I would say that.
Yeah. So I'm super hyped. I got teary eyed. I couldn't help it. I'm excited. I just can't wait. I just wonder if when we get this, if this is going to be an actual full game, I wonder what they're going to do with it. Is it going to be in the style like we all wanted PT to be or whatever, or a whole new look? You know what I mean?
I'm wondering
what
that
style they want to
too.
do it in. I'm just excited. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
because
wonder-
PT was first person.
Yes.
Is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious,
love
do we know who's outside of Konami? Do we know who's on the team working on it?
What Bloober was trying something or is pitching
Yeah.
something?
Okay.
I don't know. Is that an official are they actually working on it? I'm not certain.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not certain either. But man, I don't know. I know. Man, it's not the original Team Silent, I'm sure, but
Probably
Let's,
not.
We've had a great year for video game announcements and kind of
Yes.
leaky, teasy kind of stuff. Which I hate that sentence that just came out of my mouth. I would never ever say that again.
Clip it.
Gosh.
yes.
But we've had a great time. Of course, we got Breath of the Wild 2 news. We technically got Silksong news, which are two games I would say that we knew were happening, but they didn't communicate with us well about it. And I love Team Cherry with my whole soul, the guys behind Hollow Knight. And they're a small dev team. There's two main guys, and there's a third guy that I believe does more marketing stuff. Of course, Christopher Larkin as the composer. But they're a small dev team, regardless of it being 2 or 4 guys. And I love them so much, but Jesus Christ, they gave us nothing. not a singular bit of dev news at all. Not oh, we're still working on it, or oh, here's a screenshot from something that we're working on right now. Please, nothing. we haven't ate in so long. Cause like we got
Hunger.
I'm
like-
hangry.
we got like we got it at like a gameplay not like open to public, but like a gameplay oh god, what's it called, like a demo at E3 like 2019 or something, because it was at like Nintendo Treehouse. And like I remember like the folks at Nintendo were like playing through this demo, and like we were all just like, oh my god, it's like it's so close. No. So this year at the oh god, I forgot what it was called, but the Xbox showcase was when like they were showing all the games that was coming to like Game Pass and such, and Silksong was there, and we were all just like, what's going on? What's happening? We're not used to this. It's like this subreddit goes through like the stages of grief after like every main event that happens and we don't get Silksong news. It's like we go through the stages of grief, like mostly denial, you know. It was a weird time on the Hollow Knight subreddit. I'm not somebody that scrolls through Reddit all the time, but I do like to kind of like click on Hollow Knight's one and such, like here and there. But it was after some event last year, some gaming event, where like we didn't get Silksong news, where we thought we did. We really thought we were gonna get it. The subreddit went through like an actual state of like denial, where like people were like posting like fake screenshots from the game and be like, oh, how'd you get past this boss, or like any tips for this, or like I'm stuck in this area, what do I do? And like it was a weird time. It was like a fever dream. It was like, what's going on? Is everybody okay? Are we okay here? It's the stages of grief. It was a funny time. But yeah, so when Xbox did the reveal, they then posted a tweet being like, everything that was shown today will be available within the next 12 months. So, at least gonna get something. At least. And I'm excited. Yeah, and like in regards to leaks, of course, like we had rumors of Nintendo, I'm sorry, this is the only thing I talk about. Nintendo like porting over Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. Oh, I'm sorry, Oracle of Ages and Seasons was also like a rumor that was going around, and I was just like, oh, like it's been a while since Nintendo have really paid attention to the handheld games. I need that. I feel like that would be an easy port over as well. Like, because we got the Link's Awakening remake, which was great. It was, of course, short, but like Link's Awakening in general is like a relatively short game. I do think their asking price for that, given how short it was a bit steep. Nintendo tax. But I feel like that kind of opened the door for them to look at those older titles, not just like Zelda, but like those older titles and be like, okay, like we can work with this with like the new engines that we're running on, and people will be here for it. Cause like realistically, how many like I'll say how many modern day Zelda fans really gave a shit about Link's Awakening? Like, of course, there's like the OG fans, like I cared about it coming out, and of course, like a bunch of my friends were just really hyped about it. But like, and like the folks from like the last like 5 to 10 years or so that have like grown up with like Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild and such, like they realistically they wouldn't have gave a shit about like playing like Link's Awakening or Minish Cap or the Oracle games. But they did it, and it went really well. Like, it got a good reception. So I think they should bring back Minish Cap.
I agree. I agree with that one.
Yeah.
Was it?
Minish
Wait,
Cap,
didn't other game leaks? Was it the GTA leak recent?
Oh,
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that leak, that caused the whole thing now because people are trying to find and, you know, kind of, well, I guess trying to prosecute in some way the people that have been leaking these things, right?
Yeah.
That's what I. So, and I mean, I kind of agree because yeah, I mean, this is something they privately work on, you know. So yeah, I mean, of course, we're happy when we get the leaks because we're like, oh yes, they're working on, you know. But yeah, I get why though. So it just caused this whole thing, and I could see this kind of domino effect happening soon. Of like people, you know, because I think with Rockstar though, what happened is they got. I read somewhere. I'm not going to say I know all of it, but it was something I read something about a hack and someone leaked it that wasn't a part of their whole company and all that stuff. So that might be a different story for other companies because I believe some of the companies leak that stuff themselves sometimes.
Yeah, it can definitely be a PR move, but yeah, in their case, I do think like no, people broke laws there.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
It's like we're gonna be talking about mobile games here in a sec. And like Genshin Impact is technically also a mobile game.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah,
so mine too.
And Genshin gets leaked very often. Like there's stuff, and very often we'll hear like we'll see leaks. Like the whole thing, like the current thing with Sumeru, we got a massive fucking leak about that like. Like a month or two before it came out. Like, of course we knew it was coming because like we have like a relative awareness of like the different areas in the game. Like we knew that was going to be next. We knew it was coming. But we didn't really know anything else. We didn't know like what the Archon looked like, much of what the area looked like, some characters, like this and that. And we got a massive leak. And I believe like I think it might have been Beth, Lightcatcher, who told me that it was like the person who leaked it was somebody from the company who was just like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And I was like, that's fucking funny. But Jesus Christ. But no, people that like leak Genshin stuff, like Hoyo go after them. Like they do issue them like legal action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
I know that,
fair
like,
enough.
In all of my because for anyone who doesn't know, I'm an actor, and so I submit to different jobs and like do auditions for different works, and like in all of them, it's listed like this is like NDA, like you are not allowed to talk about any of this stuff, like anything for which I've auditioned or like a job that I'm gonna be working. Like I cannot talk about it, or else like they will come for me, and I'm like a little nobody thing. And a lot of the projects, some of the projects I work on are big projects, but a lot of them are like little projects. But still, like it doesn't matter. You're not allowed to be talking about that stuff because it can severely screw up their project overall.
Oh yeah.
So
like
yeah,
I beta test for Devolver Digital, and like great folks, love them. But most of the time when it's like when I'm like receiving stuff, like you have to sign an NDA of being like you're not allowed to talk about this, like an embargo, if you will. Like the like sometimes it's like the game is due to release at this time on this day. You can record your coverage, but don't talk about it or anything until now. Like until then, pardon. But like with like beta testing, it's kind of like a different kettle of fish where like these games are essentially still in development, and like it's both kind of like protecting them as it is like protecting their game, because like there's this whole thing that I watched a video on ages ago where it's like when like Disney movies are released, there's like very quickly like dupe Disney movies that are like developed and released like to go along with them to try and like steal those sales. So it's kind of that sort of thing of like people are so quick to like steal those ideas and like copyright essentially and plagiarize, that like I fully get the whole like NDA and like embargo thing. Like just to plug that video that I watched. So I used to watch a channel called IHE, I Hate Everything, and I haven't watched it in years, but he uploaded two videos. One of them was the Not Disney collection, which was like movies that he found that were like titled like with like the tag Not Disney for, I'm assuming, legal purposes. But they were so clearly like Disney ripoff movies. The other one's Not DreamWorks, which is the same thing, like, but DreamWorks. And Jesus Christ, like, some of these are, like, very, like, God, I have seen the face of hell right here. It's like there's two.
I know about those.
There's two Cars
There's
rip-off
Marvel
movies.
ones, too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like
it's, yeah.
automobiles.
Yeah,
Oh god.
or trucks or
Oh,
planes.
there was a planes
which
one.
those are movies.
There was a planes
There is a
rip-off movie.
planes.
There was two Cars
and there's a
ones.
and there's a
Oh god.
and there's a trucks
There's
too.
trucks?
So yeah,
What
there's
is
trucks
this?
as well. Yeah.
Disney's trucks.
And really quick, when it comes to these leaks too, like I've been a game tester where companies reach out to me and they want me to test the games where you're not allowed to stream them or record them for Twitch or YouTube for those reasons as well. You know what I mean? No matter how happy you are to get a free game, yeah, you're not allowed to talk about it or share any information about it either. And going back to Silent Hill, remember there was a leak that Silent Hill had, and like Konami had a cease and desist about those leaks. So they were immediately taken offline probably within that day, I believe. So, and judging by those images, if those were really a Silent Hill game, they looked really good though. So I have hopes for
I'm
I
it.
also
excited.
feel like it could. There is a danger of if leaks come out and some part of the game is either taken out of context or
Yeah.
it was just like a tried thing, and then just like this wave of
Yeah.
backlash, or a wave of like, oh, they're doing this thing, and just like the game devs just being like, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
But you didn't wait
Yeah,
for the full
yeah.
thing, so now you don't. Like,
Yeah.
now this is just a problem.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think
and it's cool.
also, like, there's kind of that issue with, like, overhyping things. Because, like, of course, like, if there's game leaks out, then people are going to be like, oh my god, like, it's coming soon. Or, like as you're saying, like, this thing's in the game, like, and, like, on the, like, the opposite side of what you're saying, like, this is like so cool, like maybe this is gonna be like the biggest thing in the game, like mechanical wise, and it's not, like, realistically, because
They
it's
had that a
it's a
little bit
leak,
with,
like maybe this is like the small thing that the devs are still working on essentially, and it kind of it's like a double-edged sword, like between the whole like, oh, this is promotion for the game, but also, oh shit, this is promotion for the game.
Yeah. It's funny because there was something that happened a few years ago at before E3, and I remember Walmart Canada actually like leaked prices
Walmart
of
Canada.
a few games that weren't out yet.
Oh,
and
I think I remember that actually.
yeah, and I think one of them was, oh god, I think it was a new Fallout that was supposed to come out from
oh, the sad
Yeah.
Fallout.
76.
yeah. I think it was that one, but there were a couple other ones that got leaked. I can't remember what it was, but I just remember that it was this big thing, and it was really cool because Bethesda like just kind of ran with it. They're just like, well, thanks to our friends at Walmart Canada, like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's weird because that was like, like a corporation like that accidentally leaks something that wasn't supposed to be leaked. It's like, damn, like how did you guys manage that one? But those things happen. And as far as, yeah, like when it comes to the Rockstar thing, though, they were hacked and like, yeah, that should definitely, yeah, some laws are broken. I think that's a bad thing. And overhyping, like you said, yeah, like overhyping games in general sucks because, I mean, I'm specifically looking at you, Cyberpunk
It's funny
2077.
because I was also thinking that.
Well, that I do
Yeah,
think
I mean,
that's
ugh.
not necessarily that. I do feel like they were rushed and
Yeah.
forced to release.
Yeah,
the
that's-
game
that's
before
very-
they
Yeah.
wanted to.
Very
probably,
true.
Though, overhyping probably contributed to that because I'm sure the people who
Yeah.
like the money side of it were just like, well, the public is asking for it, so do it.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
kind of reminded me of Lady D from
From Resident
Village.
Evil, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like so
yeah.
many. I don't think they expected the amount of like insane love for her. So
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people were like upset that she
Wasn't in
played
the
a
whole
much more
game.
minor role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like we didn't think that y'all would be obsessed with the 9-foot.
The 9-foot
Mommy.
vampire
Right.
milk.
Yeah, the 9-foot, the 9-foot Dommy Mommy is what
Dummy
we
mommy,
call her.
yeah.
Like it's one of those things where it's like y'all should have realized that was
It's
a
in.
big thing.
They should have. I don't know how they didn't,
they
because
didn't.
I get all these YouTube suggestions sometimes of people, because the modding communities,
The modding community is alive and well.
They're very alive and well when it comes to games, and that in general. I've seen a lot of mods for Lady D in that damn, and it's like,
it's a great time.
wow. One of the funniest ones I can say is I've seen one where some guy modded a fly swatter as a weapon in the game, and he was going around smacking Lady D's ass with this fly swatter.
That was funny. I saw somebody. I watched this playthrough ages ago where somebody was like, I think playing for the first time, but he played it like heavily modded, so like every character was something different. And it was so funny. But there was one mod that I saw where it changed all the the quote unquote zombies into Barney, the dinosaur.
Oh god, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, I've seen this.
I've seen that one, because the funniest ones are the Resident Evil 2 mods, because they had Mr. X. They modded him as to Jason, Michael Myers,
you
Thomas the
seen,
Tank Engine.
Oh, the goose?
Yeah.
Was he a goose?
Oh,
in
there's
this?
Yes,
also
yeah.
a Lady D Thomas the Tank Engine mod. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why, though, with that love for Lady D, I think that's why she's going to be in the next DLC.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And of course
yeah.
everyone's mad about they made changes to her for the DLC, but just like
Well, she's 9 foot tall, dude. Like, you can't, like, yeah, I mean, damn, like she's got to change it a little bit.
yeah.
I mean, it's really weird how we hear people complaining like they actually know how to do game dev and all that stuff. Maybe there's reasons why. Like,
I'm sorry, because they're making her shorter, so everyone's mad because it's like, oh, how dare you, blah blah blah. It's just like, no,
Right.
from a game mechanic, like you need to be able to see and interact with the environment.
Yeah.
It does make sense, but it reminds me of, I don't know if y'all remember the backlash, the insane amount of uneducated backlash of when the Final Fantasy VII remake. And they were giving Tifa slightly smaller boobs.
Oh yeah.
yes,
And
I
everyone
remember.
was like, they're making her like a B cup. And I'm like, way to
Oh,
show that you
yeah.
have no idea what bra sizes are, because that
Oh
girl
my God.
is not a B cup. I'm a B
No.
cup.
Yeah.
That is-
it's small.
I remember
that. She is still stacked. Like,
I remember. Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's so stupid. Yeah, people were mad. I'm like, dude, she looks like the Tifa from the Avid Children, if I remember. To me,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
what she
yeah.
looks like.
which
And-
guess
and I
what?
like
Still-
that one.
Still big. Still big.
But
It's
it's
like-
yeah, but it's not like necessarily that they're going to, like, it's not like Square isn't doing
Square.
anything sexual with Tifa anyway. Have you guys seen the Tifa statue?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys see it? I'm going to send a picture just in case, but this is the statue that they released.
Yeah.
Like, who you can't tell me that they didn't. They're still not
know,
planning
they
to
know
do
what they're
anything with
doing.
Tifa.
It's like the
Yeah, they know
difference
what they're doing.
between
They're all
like
going to work.
the Resident Evil folks and Square Enix is that Square are fully aware of who the community are. They know. They
Oh
know.
yeah.
But it's
They
like
do.
even if they were just like not kind of aware with their specific audience of like that their characters would be sexualized. Look at Bayonetta. Like an 8-foot
Right.
woman that was heavily simped over, me included. But like if in their own series, like everyone simped over Jill.
Oh yeah.
Everyone
I
ever
do.
simped over Jill.
I love Jill.
As you should. It's a
I
great
didn't put her in
time
the last
when a
episode
Jill
for
comes
some
into
reason.
my DVD match. It's a great time.
Oh yeah. Like, and I didn't talk about her on my last episode of our crushes,
yeah,
but she is quite lovely.
It's like I
Jill.
haven't played the Resident Evil game with Rebecca.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I
Well,
couldn't
yeah,
even
there's-
tell you which one that is.
Resident Evil 0.
Resident Evil 0. Okay.
I knew. Yeah.
But
but
she's very
yeah, that-
adorable in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, Capcom is funny because I think Capcom, like, I don't want to say they know or they're not aware, but I do think that you're just kind of more like oblivious sometimes. Like, because, like, come on, you guys knew that Lady D was going to get some love. I mean, I don't care if she's in that weird, long, white, weird dress or not. Like, there's stuff now. I've seen people buy those 9 foot tall Lady D
Oh,
full
yeah.
pillows.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
I also-
Capcom, yeah, I don't know. They didn't capitalize on it
They didn't,
but
and
that Square
I think
statue.
that was quite stupid because like they could have like as much as like I'm not one for like of course like objectifying like either any male or female or so figures in gaming or outside, but on an like economical sense, if they like merchandised Lady D, fuck. They
Well,
would have
'cause
got
I mean,
so much from that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
you know, I mean,
Like
I've seen
how
so
like
much.
Sims are, but also collectors are. Like, and not just like Resident Evil fans and Resident Evil collectors, but like gaming collectors in general. Like, those folks will spend money on things.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Well, and it
there's
falls within.
there's things I've been kind of having like an eye out for. Like, there's when Earthbound released, there were like there are little cards that you could get from Nintendo that like you can't get them now, but they were a thing then.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, I would love to like get my hands on one or even just see one like in person.
Yeah.
Because like
That'd be
Chugga
nice.
Conroy has some, but of course Chugga Conroy has some. He's a massive Nintendo fan.
But
Oh, yeah.
I feel
Oh, go
like
ahead.
well, just like for merchandise and stuff for Capcom, I feel like it makes sense not to have stuff for like Jill or Rebecca or Claire or any of them because like that's not really who they are. So I like that they're not objectified because like it doesn't fit who they are.
Well,
That would
yeah.
probably, if they were a real person, would probably make them incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But someone like Lady D,
Lady D,
I feel like
yeah.
I haven't played Village, but she strikes me as very aware of her sexual energy and in charge of it
Yeah.
and owns it. So I feel like
Yeah.
you finally have a female character that like you could do some
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
with. So yeah,
Yeah.
it for her it is a missed opportunity. The others, yes, don't touch them. But like for her, have that.
I feel
Yeah, yeah,
like
for sure.
like if like she is a part of this DLC, it's now they know. Like they're fully aware of how everybody felt about Lady D. As much as I feel like it's been a while since the Resident Evil hype kind of died down a bit. The Resident Evil 8 hype, pardon. And like I'm hit or miss of whether it would sell well now. Like it probably would regardless because it's Resident Evil and it's a new thing in gaming, new shiny thing. But like I don't know if it would sell as well as it would have like God, was it like a year and a half ago that Resident Evil 8 came out? It was sometime last year.
Yeah. Last year.
Yeah.
Because like it was massive on like TikTok and everywhere essentially.
Yeah. It's crazy because if you want to see anything from Capcom that gives any little bit of fan service, it'd be Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Just because their female characters in Street Fighter are a little bit out there.
love Jerry.
Not even just.
I love Jury. She's the one character I like
Yeah.
from that franchise.
Oh, yeah.
She's just fun.
I love Chun-Li. I've
yeah.
always loved Chun-Li, but they change her every now and then because like but everybody loves her legs, all that stuff.
legs.
But one of the character is Laura Matsuda. I think if you ever see what Laura looks like, you see what I mean. But Laura and Poison for one thing. But I'm gonna see if I can find you a picture really quick because they have some statues of her too. But there's a lot of different. I don't know. Let me see if I can find you a picture right here.
We'll
And-
definitely talk about
yeah,
mobile
Capcom, though.
games.
Imagine. Oh
Right.
my God.
Yeah, that's Laura
That's
Matsuda.
a
She's
lot. That's
in Street
not a
Fighter.
good outfit for fighting. Like your tits are gonna come out.
Oh, they're coming out. They're saying hi.
Yeah.
They're getting involved.
Yeah, there's another one.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
that's a move to try to like
Oh.
distract an opponent.
right. Yeah, maybe
Honey,
so.
if I could
I
do it, I
just-
would.
I would just want my puppy strapped down in this situation like
puppy
that.
strapped
No,
Puppies.
my
Wait.
tiny puppies. Still,
Wait.
just like no.
I'm so sorry. The gay in me has to judge this entire ensemble right now because I just noticed the shoes. What is going on here? What are these shoes?
Right.
Why are we
Oh,
using
yeah.
like Grecian shoes, Grecian sandals in with this ensemble. But also, I was gonna like comment on like the thong, but I was like, honestly, that's probably iconic. That's quite iconic, actually.
I do at least like that the shoes are flat and they are fully on her feet. They're not like something that are gonna fly off. They're actually like fully attached, so she won't lose
there's
her
a statue.
shoes. So points for practicality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think Capcom's like fighting games have more of that type of stuff than the other ones, like Resident Evil and all that stuff. They don't take seriously. But like, I'll give you one more picture of her statue really quick. But yeah, she's one of the main characters that you see a lot of. So
I see.
Their fighting games are very out there. But like Resident Evil,
fighting games in general are not afraid to put on the skimpiest things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely have no problem doing so.
God, they get away with it.
Well, yeah, because I think that those are much more heavily marketed to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it to men who think that objectifying women is totally okay. So of course they're gonna just go balls to the wall. And if anyone complains, just be like, "Well, at least there are women in the game." Like, okay, are there?
Right? Like, okay. So what?
Are there really, or is it just something to look at?
Well, I'll tell you something funny really quick, because we recently had a movie night in the Discord and we watched the Dead or Alive movie, right? Mm-hmm. And which was based off of the, Dead or Alive, but of course, mainly the Dead or Alive volleyball game. You could tell that was more there than the other stuff.
I mean, they did the volleyball game. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I feel like... wait, do you not know about the volleyball game?
No.
That's like the thing that put Dead or Alive on the map, I feel.
Hell yeah.
What is this?
Hell yes. Hold on, I will bring it up for you and we will...
Oh my god. Oh god.
I think Baka lost his shit.
I feel like it's just like a technical error message, but it's just like, gay panic overload, be back soon.
There's a Genshin ripoff game called Waifu Impact. This is the same vibes. Yep.
I've seen that.
God.
Yeah. I have to show you this. I want to show you this before I'll bring this up really quick, but I want to also tell you the reason why I brought up, because there's another game that was a mock of DOA. It was called Rumble Roses, and it was a all-female wrestling game. Yeah.
I
and
may
it was
or may
actually
not have had photos of a magazine cutout of it on.
Yeah, but funny enough, it was actually a good wrestling game, but it was very objectifying because they had the model poser, like where you can go and look at the you know what I mean. But I want to show you this because this is the commercial that came out for DOA back then. So here, let me know when you see the screen.
I'm in.
Yep.
Okay.
Rated M for mature.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
Play with a friend or play with yourself. Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Volleyball.
They knew what they were doing.
100%
They
games.
did know exactly.
They did.
That's so funny. That's like that's the scream of the gaming world. Like they're so self-aware.
Yeah. I remember that cartoon. It said cartoon commercial. I remember it said banned. It said banned for some reason. I don't know why.
Too sexual.
But it was.
Would be the reasoning.
Well, yeah, it'd be the reasoning. But I remember seeing that commercial on TV. So it's just funny. But yeah, I remember seeing that because I remember the pillow being pulled over, and I was like, oh, this is so utterly ridiculous. Like, yeah, but I'm surprised you never heard of DOA volleyball.
No.
It's so funny.
I was fully unaware of that. My mind. God.
It was we watched the movie last week, or was it? It was 2 weeks ago. But we watched the movie, and though the movie wasn't as terrible as like the volleyball game was, like
it wasn't.
But it was sexual.
It was the beach episode.
It was not anywhere near as objectifying as I thought it was going to be, just based on what the games are. And it was not, I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So points, I guess,
Yeah.
like, good job for not being, like, totally disgusting, and you did still have, like, a plot and
Yeah.
fight. I don't know. Yeah.
But it definitely had some part. Like there was this
Oh,
one
yeah.
part where like there was like these two girls were about to face off in the tournament, and there was like you're showing the opponent from across the thing, and you see this like the camera sliding to the right, and it slides across the girl's butt while it's
God.
going across the screen. And it was just like, okay, of course they had to get like the full on butt shot. It was like just ass right there in the screen. I'm just like, oh, okay. And then they had like a part in the beginning where the girl was like in her
She's
towel
getting
and
dressed. Yep.
yeah, she's fighting while getting dressed, and like it was something. Yeah, they definitely put some of that in there, but yeah, it wasn't as bad as we thought it was. But for a DOA, yeah, I recommend you watch it just because you can get a good laugh out of it. It was something.
I did like I admired the one shot of her getting dressed while fighting, of like putting her arms up and her bra perfectly like falling. It's like the armholes
Yes.
in onto her arms and like the cups landing on the boobs. It was just like,
Yeah,
all right, I guess.
right. It was something. Oh my gosh. So the topic though is also mobile games.
Yes.
So we gotta talk about that. Screw DOA now. No, but no, we talk about mobile games, and as for me, someone as a gamer, I don't always get a chance to play like a lot of mobile games. But I'll give you a mobile game that I actually did play a lot of back then when it came out. I don't know if you guys remember this one, but it was highly upset. I was obsessed with it. It was called Jetpack Joyride.
Oh, I know the name.
So they even put it on consoles at some point. But Jetpack Joyride was like you had this rocket pack on your back.
I know. Yeah, I know what this is. I had to look
Okay,
it up.
so you
but,
know-
yeah.
Yeah, and you just tap to like jump over shit. Like you know.
They are the same people behind the devs are the same people behind Fruit Ninja.
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
yeah, Fruit Ninja.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jetpack. There's a
I do
Jetpack
see- yeah.
Joyride Part 2 as well, but I actually never had a chance to play Part 2. But Jetpack Joyride I was obsessed with it. I don't know why. It was just really fun, and all you had to do is just tap your screen, like to jump over shit, and like that was it. It was so simple. Yeah, like Flappy Bird. Yes, Flappy Bird was something, dude. The person who made Flappy Bird also made so much money within one day.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like incredible. I wish I would. It makes me mad. I wish I could.
Nintendo send them a warning about that because of like the design of the pipes?
I think so. I think they eventually took it down or something, and then
Yeah.
people started making clones or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're right. It's true. They did like Nintendo will be on it, man. But
Yeah, they are.
yeah, Jetpack Joyride was definitely like one of the ones I was obsessed with, and then Flappy Bird, yeah, and Angry Birds as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Oh, classic.
because like
Oh, yeah.
I think I got my first smartphone in 2009. It would have been the iPhone 3. I know. I was 12, I think, because like I just started high school, which like I know to the Americans here, you're just like, what? No, we start high school at
I
like
started
12.
at 13. So, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah,
But so I think my mother was just like wanted me to have at least some form of communication. So I did. I had this iPhone. It was secondhand because it was like my stepdad's had it beforehand. And I remember this was before like mobile games had like ads and such. So like I did try and download Angry Birds again like a year or two ago, and it was just like riddled with ads, and I was like, oh no.
oh,
But I did really like Angry Birds. Cut the Rope was another one.
yeah, that was a good one.
Fruit Ninja was great. Fruit Ninja was a great time.
I like that one
Oh
too.
god, there was another one which is fully blanked. But I recently got. It's weird saying this because I like somebody that like probably has ADHD and likes to multitask all the time. I got into idle games, and
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
don't really know how it happened. But like there's a game that I play on and off called Egg Inc. You just lay eggs. You just have chickens and they lay eggs, and they're scientifically modified chickens that lay eggs.
hey, everybody has a love, man. I There was one that I saw was an idle game, and I don't recall what it was. It was a long time ago, but it looked interesting, and I had it like, I was like, oh, I want to download that, and then I never did. And I don't even know what the name of it now.
I was gonna be like, what's the name of it? I've probably.
I wish I knew. I really wish I knew. I can't even remember really any details about it. I just remember it looked interesting because I was in this when I had got like when mobile games started really becoming this thing. I had like a tablet, and I was like, oh, I want to get all this and this and that and that, and I can't remember the name of it because it looked really interesting. And but if we want to talk about the mobile games, we can't leave out Candy Crush.
Oh God, that is now, I believe, almost 10 years old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Candy Crush, man. I remember that's when Facebook started doing their games, and then like.
Oh, Facebook gaming was funny. Oh, it is 10 years old. April 12th, 2012.
Really? Oh wow.
Happy
late
10th
birthday.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Candy Crush.
You know how
Crush
many.
all your candy.
Right, and thank you for allowing everyone to spam my inbox with extra lives, and you remember those days? It's like, if you can get an extra live for today, all you gotta do is add this person, and you know how many people got mad at me, like, stop adding me.
I blocked all of that immediately.
I remember,
man, it was bad.
God, Facebook gaming, when you'd get the notifications, just like, log in and get this extra life or get this bonus, and like, it was,
my God.
Or help your friend do such and such. And like, it was like Farmville was the big one on Facebook.
Oh yes.
Oh my God.
My ex was in love with Farmville. That, and then my mother, she liked playing Mafia.
Oh, Mafia.
Was it Mafia or was Mafia Wars? Or was
Mafia
it,
Wars. I played Mafia Wars.
it.
I did play it, I'll say.
I did play it. I did too. It was the whole good old Facebook gaming and Facebook mobile games.
There was also bingo games on Facebook.
Oh,
Yo,
gosh.
not bingo games, but like I love Spider Solitaire, Mahjong Solitaire, Sudoku.
I love those.
So
I love it.
I'm gonna open this. I play 2 solitaire games on my phone every day. One of them is Spider Solitaire. One of them's Soft Cell.
Okay.
So
Nice.
on the Spider one, I downloaded this maybe a month or two ago. I've played like 390 rounds. I'm up to date
that.
with the daily challenges, which were months long. It was a great time. But I will say Spider Solitaire so much easier than Soft Cell.
I play solitaire. But I mostly played chess a lot.
Oh, I love chess.
Yes.
Yeah, I love chess. It's good for your brain. It's
I
really good for your
played
brain.
crosswords as well. I like playing crosswords every now and then.
Yeah,
And
I like
then,
crosswords. Crosswords are
Sudoku.
good.
Words.
Yeah, I love crosswords.
I'm a big Sudoku fan.
You
Sudoku's
can
great.
keep Sudoku because I suck at math
Oh,
stuff.
I love Sudoku.
I do too.
I also,
you guys
if
can
you
keep
guys
all-
haven't played Mahjong, I really recommend
I do
Mahjong
like it.
I love.
Solitaire is
I love.
super
I love
Mahjong
mahjong.
Solitaire?
I suck
well,
at mahjong, but
Solitaire is like you playing yourself, because actual Mahjong is like 2 people.
Yeah.
well, I guess it's considered mobile. I guess everybody does it on mobile, but they just made an app. But it kind of got popular in the like past year, which I still like playing is Wordle.
Wordle.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah, we play it in autosave. Or used to play it in autosave every day. Wordle,
Yeah,
there's
I
a
play
bunch
it
of them.
every
There's
day.
Hurdle was another one, which I think was powered
There's
by
also,
Spotify. It was like a music
yeah.
version of that.
Yeah, there's a music one. I
There's
actually
a
like that
curly
one. It's pretty
as well.
fun.
There's Taylor Swift in this one.
Aw.
There's also one that
there's
I
a
like to
movie
make
one.
fun of my. There's a movie one. There's also one called Loodle, which is a lewd
Little,
one.
yeah.
Yep,
There's,
I know about that one.
There's
Probably
Wordle.
because of sandwich.
Yeah,
There's Wordle,
yeah, I know.
which
I know
is
about
like
that.
like places around the world.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
I like that.
There was like bigger ones where there was a
There's-
waffle one where you got to get like words that are in like a waffle shape essentially.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones now. It's
There's
insane.
a big
My
one.
mom plays one, where it's like two of them. It's
Yeah.
like 2 words.
A
and you have to
do-
get, my
doodle
mom
or
loves that
doodle?
one.
Yeah, I love.
I play the one every now and then where it's like a 1,001 words where like you have like a set amount of guesses. I think it's like fuck, I don't remember how many guesses it is, like 300 or something. And like you just like guess like 5-letter words, and it's like you've got like 1,001 words or something to guess. And like some of them are like duplicates, I've noticed, but I don't know. I really like that one. It's just it takes a while, but it's cool.
Yeah, there's one called Nerdle, which
Nerdle.
it's for words Wordle, but it's mathematical equations instead.
That's
I'm
great.
sorry,
Yeah, I know
I'm
Gray
writing
would-
that one down. I need to write that
Gray
one
would love that.
down for reasons.
Yeah, for reasons. Yeah, yeah, Nerdle. So that one, yeah, people. One of my friends plays that one too, and it's like, yeah, you got to guess. We'll guess it in 6 tries. You can. It's a calculation of different math equations. It's insane.
That's it. It's
So-
the 1,000-word one. It's called Kilordle, like KILORDLE, and you have
Holy cow.
1,005 guesses to get 1,000 words.
Sheesh.
It's great. I love it so much.
That's Mal.
love that.
So but another mobile game I wanted to bring up too that I actually have been playing on the regular. As anybody knows, I love my Shin Megami Tensei games.
Oh, is there a mobile one?
They have, yeah, there is a mobile one. It's called Shin Megami Tensei Liberation.
Oh.
It's really fun. I recommend it like crazy, and it also has augmented reality, which is pretty cool because you can like summon your because in Shin Megami games, yeah, you can like in Shin Megami games you can recruit all the enemies that you come across onto your team type of deal. So if you use AR, you could actually summon them on your camera in your place and take a picture of them and share them with their stats and stuff in your wherever your AR, wherever you want to share that. But yeah, it's an RPG. It's really cool. They actually had an event. They still have it. You can still earn it, but they actually had an event a while back where you could actually fight and unlock Bayonetta.
Oh.
Yeah, she's still in the game. Yeah, so you can still get her in that game, by the way. So I do recommend it. You don't have to type in Shin Megami Tensei. You can try it. You can type in Liberation DX2 or whichever, and you can find it that way. But I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
There's
that game.
a Fire Emblem game as well that's on mobile, which I haven't played in
Really?
a very long time, but it's good.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to check it
Wasn't
out. I
there
didn't
like
know there was
a
a...
mobile Silent Hill game at one point, or like something like
yes.
I
Was there?
kind of like weirdly
Yes.
remember something about that. Let me type to the App Store and see what comes up.
I
The Room? Did
Really?
you say?
No, that's
No.
for PlayStation 2.
There's
yeah, there is. Silent Hill Mobile 3.
that's it. Yeah. There's
Silent
I
Orphan.
What kind of phones do you guys have?
Droid.
I have a droid.
Okay, I'm iPhone. But I typed in Silent Hill in the App Store, and there's 2 that have came up called. There's one Train 666, which is like the subheading is PT in a subway. And there's Escape from Silent Hill.
Well, I'll have to check
Looks
those
like a
out.
hidden object
because-
detector.
But I want to bring up something though. It's not a mobile game, but
DVD
I am.
mobile?
Oh yeah, Dead by
Really?
Daylight's on mobile.
Detention?
Yeah, Detention's on
Sorry.
mobile.
Yeah.
So is Inside, and I think Limbo is also.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I saw those.
That's crazy. I want to just bring this up really quick though. Though it's not a mobile game, I am able to play it on mobile. Which Gray knows this is Spirit Camera,
Yes.
which is the Fatal Frame DS
Want it.
spinoff.
Want
Yes.
it.
But yeah, I haven't played it a lot, but I've been playing it off and on, and it works really good. Oh god, it's so cool. When you have that game though, I didn't realize this back then. I didn't remember, but there's these books that you have to have with the game because it scans it in AR But so I was like, I don't have the books. What am I supposed to do? Nintendo actually has them for you to download for free.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
I love
Nintendo's just they're just really sweet. They're just like, here you go, here's the links. You can just go right there and you can just download the books and you can use it on your computer screen.
This is not a mobile game, but this reminds me of a game that my brother played when he was younger. I don't remember the name, but I think it was like The Sun is in Your Hands, and it was a handheld game, but the cartridge would actually stick out of the handheld. It was a Nintendo game where you're supposed to like fight vampires, but you had to go. There was a solar sensor in the game pack, so you had to go charge it by going and being in the sunlight because Nintendo was trying to promote kids to go outside.
Yeah.
But some people emulated it, and they literally couldn't beat the game because it reached a point where they needed the sun, but it was an emulation, so they weren't getting the sun.
So Boktai,
Boktai, the sun is in your hands. Yes. It was such a cool, weird little thing, which Nintendo likes to do that, because then of mobile apps, things like Pokemon Go, where they're just like, go outside, touch grass.
Oh,
well, yeah, I mean,
the
but
topic of that. Oh, I love Pokemon Go.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's on my list too.
Get that again. Actually, I am gonna get that again.
Yeah, Pokemon Go. I need to get that again. I remember when it came out, and I
do
the craze.
too. I remember there was a bit before Pokemon Go came out where like it was like the Australians got it first or something, and like people were trying to like change their regions on their devices in order to like download it early, and like I did try that one time. I think it was on like my mother's old iPad or something, because this was this long ago. Pokemon Go has been out for a while.
Yeah.
And like
Pokemon Go to the polls.
My God.
So it was at least 2016. That's how I remember that.
Yeah.
God.
Jesus. I remember when it came out, and I remember the whole craze behind it, because I remember there was something I wish I would have thought about that, but there was a couple people. There was one person in particular who made a ad that she will charge you a certain amount of money to drive you around to certain spots so you can play Pokemon Go. And she made so much money doing so. And I'm just like, why did I think of that? Like, I wish, but I remember some of the stuff that happened.
To be honest, you
was,
still probably could.
I probably could. Like, there was this lady, I remember, there was a couple people who'd done this, but I remember one lady fell into a hole because she was playing Pokemon Go. And she wasn't paying attention.
There are people like breaking into restricted areas.
Yeah.
There, all kinds of laws got broken.
Yeah, like people got hurt. I mean, they got injured. People, walked into places they weren't supposed to be, fell into holes. I mean, it was a whole thing. It was just like, Jesus, like, how are we this? How are people this dumb? Like, it was. I know.
It's like, do you want us to go down a list? Do you want?
But yeah, I do. I need to get back into Pokemon Go. I did love it. Funny thing is, because I was never a huge Pokemon fan. So, but there was only a couple of Pokemon games that I did enjoy.
I used to be a competitive Pokemon player. So
of course.
I like Pokemon.
Wait, can you teach me how to actually play the Pokemon card game? I still have all my cards.
Oh, I never played the card game competitively.
Nice. Oh, okay.
But I have like a vague idea of the rules of the card game. There's also a digital version of it now.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
I tell you, because
play the card game.
We should play. I still have a bunch of my old cards as well. But
that was funny because one of the Pokemon games that I really enjoyed was on the N64. It was Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, Nintendo bringing that to Switch.
Yeah, are they really?
Yeah, nice.
Because you could take all of the Pokemon you got in the Game Boy games, and you can put it in the 64 and use them to fight other people's Pokemons. I just thought was the most brilliant thing ever. It was so fun, and I really liked it.
Nintendo
was
do
like
that now via Pokemon Home. Like, you can transfer your Pokemon from games into Pokemon Home, and then transfer them to like other Pokemon games via that.
That's cool.
Like
well, yeah,
that.
if they bring that to Switch, that'll be on, man.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's going on the N64 channel.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That'll be cool. Yeah, that was a fun game. I remember staying up countless nights with my cousins playing that freaking game. That was a good one. But yeah, also, well, mobile, besides Pokemon Go, I know something you love to talk about, Baka, is...
Yeah.
You go ahead.
So, hi. This is probably the 9th episode in a row that I have mentioned Pikmin. this was sometime last year. I remember this very specifically it being last year because I was hyping about it to Phoenix Downer, Brittany, because it was like every day I was checking the App Store to see if it was like out yet, and like I'd like when Brittany would ask, I'd be like, no, not yet. But Pikmin Bloom, it's great. It's like an everyday thing for me because like it's essentially a glorified step counter, but like it of course will count your steps and it goes towards goals and such, and you can get into parties with your friends and you could like do like challenges together, which is great. But you grow Pikmin. Your Pikmin finds like Pikmin seeds, and then you grow other Pikmin by like walking a certain amount, which I think it's like 1,000 to 3,000 steps of some, and then like the big ones are like 10,000 steps. And you plant flowers. You plant flowers and you destroy mushrooms. And it's honestly probably turned into one of my favorite apps. Because like as much as I'm a massive fan of Pikmin, it's like I'm technically also on like a wee bit of a health kick where like I need to lose a bunch of weight for surgery and such. So it's kind of like a nice bit of encouragement for me as somebody who doesn't necessarily like being outside. And like going out and like being like, okay, I gotta walk this many steps because Violet has walked so many steps and I need to catch up.
Oh yes, shout out to Violet, love.
Love Violet.
Because like it's
Violet.
me, Violet, Elle, and Chris, like Catharsis. We're all in like a little party together, and we do challenges together on Pikmin Bloom because I forced everybody to download it.
I love
Well,
it.
you know what? I did not know that it was already out because I remember when we watched like the Nintendo thing. I don't know. I couldn't remember. I didn't know that it was already out, and I'm like, oh, now that I know that, I'll give it a try.
yeah.
I'll download it and give it a try.
Fallout
No, I do want to
Shelter,
bring up.
anyone?
Oh, go ahead. Oh,
I really liked that
yeah.
one. I guess that's an idle game, kind of, right? Yeah.
I've never played it.
Yeah, I guess you could say
I've never
so.
played really
It's
any
fun.
Fallout games.
I've
I played a little bit of Fallout 3. Like I played, we didn't even get out of the shelter. That's as much of I played of Fallout 3.
I played a little bit of Shelter. I think I played the first part.
Yeah,
And then
I don't know. It was like it's a fun. I really like games that you can play offline because I don't
of
use
course.
data on my phone really, and my commutes I'm like in the subway,
Mm-hmm.
so Wi-Fi is like sometimes it's there
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
of course.
station, but yeah. So I typically just like play offline games, and Fallout Shelter is one of them, and it's really fun. You like build your little shelter and like send people out on missions and whatnot to get more like supplies or like little like quest stuff. I don't know, it's really fun.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I only played it when I remember when they first announced it, and I was like, oh, I should probably try it because, I mean, I do like Fallout a little bit. I'm not like big Fallout fan, but I did enjoy it, so I'm like, oh, I can try it. But I don't remember anything about it necessarily. I just know it was like you were building a shelter pretty much and adding people, all that stuff to it, that type of thing.
It's pretty simple.
I need to
but
get
like
back
I
into
don't
it.
know, it's like a chill, nice. I open it once every couple days and just like collect the resources that have been there and like do a mission and send someone else on another mission. It's fun. I thought of a mobile game that I used to be obsessed with, but it was hilarious. I almost brought it up because we were talking about like puzzles and games in another episode. I almost brought it up, because it's stupid. Love Nikki Dress Up Queen.
No!
Yes! Those that
no.
game is so ridiculous. But you do battles, and it's supposed to be a look battle, and the battles have like a theme, so you put together little outfits. It'll just be like the theme is like sexy cute
man.
or whatever.
Great.
And literally the way you win is just pile on the most amount of garbage. Like, it's not even a look. It's just like a scarf and a hat and shades and like 17 dresses, and like it's so stupid but really funny.
Wow.
Great.
Baka,
You're
what?
the person that plays otome games, aren't you? Romance games, if you will.
Oh no, definitely not.
I was like, This is
Hard
No,
no.
she was on your
one of my best friends. Which if they're listening, hi. And, they are obsessed with anime games, but they are like they. We make a joke, but it's actually like factual. They say it. They are not interested in dating unless they are a fictional cartoon man. And
I mean, fair.
the more that I have spoken to them, and the more that they force otome games onto all of us, the more I believe that. But also, they're a massive D&D fan, so it makes sense.
Oh, that's fair.
Huh. there you
I
go.
just
I was gonna say great isn't like
yeah, no,
romance. I
God,
know this
no.
for a fact.
So,
So-
no YA, no romance. Keep it away from me.
Yeah.
Like what you like, but it's just not for me. No, I checked out
I
Love
feel ya.
Mickey because it seemed like I've always been like subtly interested in fashion. So like, oh, a clothing, you like design outfits. That seems like it could be interesting. So I downloaded it and then just immediately saw that it was like a hilariously bonkers, stupid game. So my roommate and I played it for months because we were just like, what is this game? But yeah, that was a fun one for a while.
Oh man.
So dumb.
I do another one of mine. I suggest you play. I mean, as me being a Final Fantasy nerd, there's one called Dissident of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia.
Yeah, how is it?
Oh,
I
you've heard
have
of this one.
This one. I've never played it, but I was always curious. But I just didn't know anyone who had played it. Like, what's it like?
Yeah,
How is it?
it's fun. It's really fun. Of course, since it's free, it's got a little bit of like the transaction stuff. When it first started, it was annoying because it had the whole you can only play a certain amount of time per day thing.
Oh, I kind of like
But
that.
that's different. Yeah, I think it's a little bit different now. But the reason why I loved it though is because it has over 100 characters in it, and
Oh.
it's all of characters from all the other Final Fantasies, and it's some new. But like it's got Squall, Aerith.
Does
and,
it have
yeah.
anyone from
I love
Tifa.
Tactics Advance? That's like one of my favorites.
I want to say I believe so, but who is someone that you like from Tactics Advance? Because I can't. The character names
Mont
are
Blanc
like
was the Moogle. Was the main Moogle. I don't remember. I know that there's like the pink haired. Well, she's not pink haired, but that's a plot point. Mute was one of the characters. I forget the name of who you play.
let's see, Mute.
But there's like the boy you play, your brother, the pink haired girl Ritz, and Mute, and Mont Blanc. I think those are like the main.
I'm not sure, but it wouldn't surprise me because it has so many characters.
I'm like Googling
Because
it.
well, that's what I was looking at because I'm like, does it have? I'm like, you could probably find this. Probably find a character
While I'm
list.
here, and to pivot this back to Pikmin, Moogles, for whatever reason, like my only real exposure to Moogles was in Kingdom Hearts 1. And I saw them, and every single time, they remind me of Olimar from Pikmin.
Tiny Room Stories Town Mystery.
Oh.
It's a mouthful. Yeah, it was really, really fun. It is free. There is an option to purchase that gives you unlimited hints and I think an additional level. But it was really, really fun. It's just like this little, I guess like point and click mystery puzzles. So like you're this dude who goes to this town and like everyone's missing, and so it's just like these little, I don't know if it's isometric, if that's what it's called. I'm blanking on what that word actually means. But it's just like, oh, here's a house, and you can like look at it from every angle and like click on all the stuff and then like go into it and search around. So and it'll just be like different puzzles with different clues, and you have to like go through and find it and figure out like what's happening in the town. But it was really good. It was a really good little game. I really, really liked it, and I highly recommend it to anyone who likes puzzle games.
I'm gonna write that one down. I have one one of my last ones that I have, and I can't believe I forgot this one, but it's no longer mobile anymore, but Clue. Which Clue is my favorite board game of all time. And so being able to have a mobile game that came out a while back, like, dude, like It's great. I got it, a couple years ago, and now they just released it like on Steam and stuff, like a while back and all that. But I recommend that one if you love Clue, murder mystery type stuff. Oh god, it's so fun. I love Clue. When I bought it on the mobile, I have all the unlocks. Like you can purchase that. You don't have to. It's free, but you can get. Or wait, no, it wasn't free. I think it was a couple bucks. Like I think when I bought Clue, it was like $2 on the store. But you can purchase all the other stuff like the extra people, the extra places to play, like the boards or whatever, backgrounds or whatever. So I have that all on mobile. I wish I can transfer it over to the Steam version, but I do recommend it. If you love Clue, if you love the murder mystery type stuff, I recommend that one. I cannot talk about Clue enough. That is my favorite board game of all time. Great game. Well, Gray recently played it too, so.
Had the board game growing up, but I just didn't have friends, so I
man.
just never ended up playing.
I've never played the board game. I've never actually played Clue either, but I want to. I want to play the board game.
Fun.
Like,
well, we could. Well, we have it on Steam. If you get it on Steam, like me and Gray have, we can definitely play together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a multiplayer. Yeah, you can play randos,
is
or
it
you
like
can play
Clue
together.
/ Cluedo, the classic mystery, or the Ultimate Detective? Oh no, the Ultimate Detective is the DLC.
Yeah, Clue / Cluedo.
Yeah, Cluedo.
Another like mobile game that's also on Steam that I'm sure we've all played because it was a very big hit. Among Us.
Oh yeah, Among Us was a good one.
That was a fun time.
Technically, it's still very popular.
It was fun. I've only played it once.
A few times, but I've mostly only played with randos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Another one too that's got quite popular that was mobile too.
Oh yeah,
was PUBG.
that's true.
That's
that.
And League of Legends is mobile as well.
PUBG.
I think so is Fortnite.
Yeah, League of Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite.
Yeah, that's right.
COD is now mobile.
Yeah.
And now Rainbow Six is mobile, which is weird. But yeah,
Apex,
mobile's doing their thing, man. I mean,
yeah.
Really? Apex is mobile now? I didn't know that.
That was like such so this actually kind of the reason why I thought about doing an episode on mobile games was because it came up in Sandwich's chat of someone was saying how Candy Crush isn't a real game.
I see.
Sandwich is a game developer.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was just like, I very much disagree. Like, have you ever programmed a match 3 game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're incredibly hard and complicated, and like it counts. And it kind of reminded me of I wish I knew which book on video games that it was. I'll have to dig through and find it. But they were talking about how a lot of the industry has shifted attention to mobile games because it has the largest demographic and the number of players. So many people play those mobile games. Like 40-year-old moms are the largest group of gamers because of mobile games.
Yes.
And so some people, they'll try to be purists and they try to argue like it's not real games. It's not real games. They are real games. Like they're tricky to make, but like they absolutely count as games. And if that's all you play, like my mom who does not like video games, but she plays Candy Crush every single day, like she's a gamer, whether she wants to be or not. She's a gamer.
Yeah.
Also,
well, yeah, and that's the whole deal. If you got to program a game, if you got to program it, and it's something you can play, it's a game. It doesn't. I don't understand the purist thing because it's like, hey. People play games, all different types of games. I could argue and say that the game that you don't like is not a real game. What does that say? Like they're games. They're hard to program in general. And there's lots of different genres of games. And like I said, Candy Crush to me was like one of the first type of mobile games that was going out there.
Well,
so
like as you're saying, with a lot of games being ported to mobile, like, and game companies kind of picking up on that. I love that because like as said, it's like it's bringing like a wider audience into the industry, and like we've all seen throughout the years there's this massive stigma of like video games are evil or like they're responsible for XYZ, and like I feel like bringing them into this wider audience is gonna take away a lot of that like like I don't want to say like panic, but it's kind of like that whole satanic panic thing, where like it's something that that your parents didn't understand, so obviously it's something bad. And like even now, like I said earlier on, I test for Dev Digital, and they send me mobile games to test. It's something that I was like, oh, I wasn't prepared to test mobile games. It's really cool. I didn't know that was a thing that I could do until like last year or something. And it's super cool, like how we're coming along with this.
Yeah, and it makes sense, with
Well, that's the thing.
just with like
go ahead.
consoles and fancy PCs, like those are so expensive, whereas like pretty much everyone has one of these.
Yeah.
So it does make it more accessible, and it does expand the audience.
Yeah.
Also, you can emulate games on mobile.
It definitely does.
What?
I was just going to say that too. I was just going to say that you could. Yeah, never. But I was just going to say that too, because you can do that as well. And also, the market, like even MMOs are going to mobile. Like one of my favorite MMOs is Blade and Soul, which is free to play on PC. Now it's still widely popular; people still play it. But there's Blade and Soul 2, which it's on only mobile. So a lot of people were pissed about that, by the way. But and I get it, but it's just like, hey, there's a market. Now, granted, for me, I would love to have it on both mobile and PC, like they do Genshin or whatever. But right now, it's only on mobile. But that's the thing. You can go right now. There's so many games on mobile, and there are some that are very good.
And Black Desert are both on mobile.
Oh
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Black Desert, and I have Black Desert on the PC. I think it's just people. I don't know. I don't get the concept behind it, but people are like you said. Yeah, like the purists, like people are like, oh, it's not a game because it's on a phone. It's like
it's so still
who cares? Like it's,
platform.
If you can,
like, just because they use it to make calls and such,
it's still a platform.
Doesn't mean anything. I feel like that adds to that, because it means that this thing that you can now do everything on.
Well, here I'll tell you something funny. Okay, back in the day before PS2, I want to say PS2. That's not true. Somewhere around the PS2 era, there was a console that came out called the N-Gage. Does anybody remember? Have you ever heard of this?
No.
I'm going to show you a picture of it, okay? The N-Gage was a handheld console, and it was a phone, okay?
Oh, yes, I do know that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've only, seen random photos.
Yeah. That's it right there. Now, I remember when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it did fail. It failed horribly. And I don't think it was necessarily the technology necessarily. It was weird. Like some of the games on it were kind of weird. It had ads on it, which is kind of stupid. Yeah. So, but this, people were looking forward to this when it came out. If I remember, people talked a lot about it because it was like, oh, okay, Nokia is going to have this, it's Nokia. They're going to have this cool video game console, and it's a phone, and it has TV on it. Like, it was a really cool idea. You know what I mean? But nobody had a problem calling that a game system at all. So now that we're further deep into technology now with the smartphones, it's all of a sudden changed, which I don't understand. Because, like I said, it's still a platform. You still get games on it. Like, who cares? I just don't understand that. It's weird. It's like the whole discussion we said about the easy hard mode thing. It's the same thing. It's like, who cares? Let's just play these games. They're still good, because there's one more is there's a Final Fantasy 15 game is on mobile too.
Oh,
it's literally called the mobile version. The whole entire game is on Android, or on phones in general. So yeah, and it looks. I mean, I'm Final Fantasy 15. I'm not a big fan of it, but yeah, the whole version of Final
there
Fantasy 15
are
is
multiple
on
Final
mobile.
Fantasy that are just on here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Final Fantasy on mobile, dude. The one I named earlier, of course, but there's also like the 15 version, the pocket version, or something that they call Dissidia.
Dissidia?
Yeah, Dissidia. Yeah, they got that one. There's a lot. So yeah, I think this whole thing. I mean, I just say we just stop it. Like, games are going to be games no matter what, and you got to capitalize on that market. there's going to be games for the consoles and PC always, but the phone, yeah, there's a market for that too. Especially
It's like I don't
convenient.
quite understand why
Right, you
people
know?
would be upset about like the gaming industry expanding. Like, because this is actively gonna
Yeah.
benefit them. Like,
Yeah, I don't
regardless of if like they realize it or not. Like, this is benefiting the gaming industry because it's bringing more money in, which means there's more opportunity. But also, it's, as said, it's clearing that stigma, so people are gonna be able to like do more. There's gonna be more developers around, which is great. Like, yeah, there's a lot of developers around, of course, but there's going to be more because it's not going to be shut down as much.
Which and I
Yeah, I think the main reason too is the pure, like you said, with purists, because they think it's that whole war, like, oh, Xbox is better, Sony's better, PC Master Race, and now they
PC
think,
Master
well,
Race
and it's
people
also the
game
the
platform.
type of game of just like a match 3 versus like a
An MMO.
fully yeah. I do understand because I want to say it may have been in one of Jason Schreier's books that was talking about it. I do understand the annoyance on developers' ends because there have been times where the like money side of a company, the business types who do not actually play games but they control the wallet, have looked and seen, oh, mobile games is really profitable, so they have acquired studios and like then made the studios pivot and just like, hey, now you make mobile games. I would understand the devs being annoyed with that because that wasn't their skill set and that's not what they came there to do. They came there to do like the air quotes traditional games. So like I do understand that. But generally speaking, like there's no hate to mobile games. I think that kind of is definitely a pathway to the future. I don't think it's all games are going to be mobile games going forward. I think there will always be console and PC games. But I do think that a broadening makes sense and is beneficial at the end of the day.
For sure, I do too. Yeah, I think we should just like let people play, man.
Yeah.
There's no reason to hate on someone or other games just because it's not the platform you want to be on. Let's just. I have almost all platforms except for
need
like
to go
Switch and the
Switch.
new generation.
I
and
love
stuff.
Switch.
But
I love it so much.
yeah, I want one so bad.
What?
But it's just I like to play games. Now, granted, the PC for me is right now is because I can get like
Oh,
Game
it's
Pass on
so
PC and, like,
convenient.
a lot of other stuff are are
And
released
for
on this.
streaming.
Yeah, it's very convenient and it's released on PC. Yeah. And that's the only reason now. But I've always had multiple
Yeah.
platforms because I enjoy games on all platforms because they're different. I just love fucking gaming and I don't care. Mobile
I
and
have
mobile. I love it.
Just a couple
So,
more.
whatever.
Did you guys ever have a Tamagotchi?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there noise going on in the background for one of you?
Yeah, that was me because I was taking out all of the handhelds that I have to be like, yes. I, too, understand as I look at my PS2 that's set up and my 5 Nintendo handhelds.
Oh my god, that's cute.
I think I
love
actually have, a Nintendo original Nintendo Game Boy Tamagotchi game. Yep, right here.
I have.
Speaking
of
I noticed this because like I moved earlier in the year. I still have an original one of the red Pokédexes. Yeah.
Envy.
Yeah, I still have one. They're so hard to use.
Yeah, that's. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you something that I had when I was a kid. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember these or seen these, but do you guys remember the little handheld tiger games?
Oh my god, that's a distant memories.
Yeah, these here, they made these a lot of different games. They
I remember
yeah.
those.
like they had them for everything, whether it be like Jurassic Park or like Sonic. They were just very
Double Dragon.
the little-
I love that.
Yeah, like one of my favorites was Double Dragon, and of course I also had this. They were cheap, so they were
Yeah. I had a Sonic one.
yeah, and these were like those were the stuff, man. I mean, 2 AA batteries, you chilling all day. I just take it to school, like man, that stuff was great.
Those lasted ages as well.
Yeah, those things, they go for a big price now.
But Tamagotchis. So, you guys had Tamagotchis.
Oh yeah.
So, everybody and their mother knows that I'm a big Lovecraft fan. Lovecraftian horror, great, love that. So there's two games on mobile where you can have a pet Cthulhu.
Oh Lord.
Cthulhu Pet is the name of them. Cthulhu Pet 1 and 2. It's great.
Wow.
You just raise the Cthulhu and keep it happy.
That is-
Otherwise, it does get very angry.
Oh man.
I
That is pretty
think
cool.
that was probably the funniest thing I'd seen because I was like, little chibi Cthulhu in my phone. That's funny.
So cute.
And this is coming from
man.
somebody that has like a rubber hose Cthulhu tattooed. Like, I was like, this is funny. I love this.
That's cute.
Anyway, my last one is it's an all platforms thing, but mobile. Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley's on mobile, and you know what's
Yeah.
great? What's great is I can connect my controller to my phone, so I don't have to deal with mobile controls. I will say, but this is probably also a commentary on the fact that like I've played Stardew on literally every platform. The mobile UI is very weird. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. It's still a game that I can sit and play. But it is a bit bizarre to kind of like play. And maybe it's because I'm playing it with a controller on mobile. But it is a bit bizarre. But it's good. Play mobile. Play Stardew. You don't have any
I'm gonna check it out.
any excuse now. It's everywhere. I don't remember if he's updated it to the latest update on mobile, if like the 1.5 is out on mobile, but it should be by now, because 1.5 came out, it'll be 2 years ago now. Or
Wow.
almost 2 years ago. 'Cause that
Yeah,
was the
I'll
big
check it
update.
out for sure because I haven't played Stardew Valley. So
Oh
I'll
my
check it out for
god,
sure.
I haven't either.
I
I just
I
well,
want
it just
to,
always makes me think of it. Just always makes me want to play Harvest Moon.
yeah.
Harvest Moon. Yep.
Stardew is one of my favorite games. I've put hundreds of hours into it. I actually recently started a new co-op farm, and we're in
yeah,
Winter. If
UNL,
you
right?
want to know. Sorry.
UNL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a spreadsheet for it. I am that person. I am the person that makes spreadsheets for things.
I love that. Hey,
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
playing Harvest Moon back in one of the games where it didn't like mark the calendars for people's birthdays.
Yeah.
I would take notes, so I would give gifts to people as often as I could until I figured out what their birthday was. Because on their birthday, they would just be like, "Oh my god, is this a birthday present for me?"
I'm gonna
I
pull
would
those up,
make
'cause it's
calendars to be
Yeah.
like, "This is this person's birthday. This is what they like, and what they don't like." Like, yeah,
So-
I feel that deeply.
Well, I think that's
Yeah,
it.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Mobile
Yeah.
games.
Well, if there's any other mobile games you guys want to talk about or bring up that we didn't, make sure you drop them in the comments below.
Yeah,
Let us know what your favorite mobile games are.
especially if they're free, so we can download them.
Yes, and if
Yes,
they're
yes,
offline,
yes.
so I can play them on the
Free.
subway.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. And I'll play whatever. It doesn't matter. Just give me some. But
Just give game. Insert game here.
Insert game here.
right, just give me game. But I appreciate all of you guys for being here, and of course, check out all the stuff in the description below. And of course, we'll see you guys on the next one, on episode 10.
Episode 10.
So, yeah, episode 10 coming up.
I love it.
But we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.